And we're going to go straight on to the business news now on the programme. And hope is building in Asia with a pretty positive start to the week. That is, markets have been rising, or they rose rather, in the US at the end of last week, fueled by hopes for a new US stimulus package. At the weekend, the Trump administration also calling on Congress to pass a stripped-down coronavirus relief bill. Cautious gains then, as you can see on the Seoul and Kospi, much bigger ones on the Hang Seng and the Shanghai Composite, a slight dip of 0.37% on the Nikkei in Tokyo. Well, we're going to cross live then to Bangkok, talk to Stephen Innes, who's head market strategist for Asia Pacific at Axie. Stephen, it really is all hanging on this stimulus program at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, Stuart. The stimulus talks as they're standing right now aren't going anywhere. However, the negative impact on U.S. equities and even U.S. topside are being offset by the fact that fiscal spending is going to happen at some point after the election. And this seems to be buttressing investor sentiment right now, especially with the Democrats showing so well in the poll. Sounds like the Democrats are going to lavish the markets with all sorts of budgetary and all sorts of fiscal lather. So markets are still doing pretty well these days, despite any stimulus happening right now.
Let's look ahead down the line a little bit, Stephen. You might have noticed in 3 weeks' time we've got something called the US election coming up. Now, of course, the markets are going to be very, very sensitive, aren't they, to polls, which we're likely to see, or we're going to continue to see as that election draws ever closer?
Yeah, we learned our lesson in 2016 not to sort of counter chickens before the eggs are hatched, so to speak. But, at this stage, it appears that the only risk that could possibly upset the U.S. Equity market apple cart is really a comeback by President Trump in the polls. And this would signal probably less stimulus coming to the market, given the staunch outlook for stimulus by more of the hawkish elements in the U.S. Republican Senate. So that's probably the only thing that's going to disrupt sentiment right now.
Stephen, thanks very much. Stephen Innes joining us there from Axie.